this video, I'm going to show you how to set up a duraceramic tile floor. It's a 16 by 16 room. Carpet's all been stripped out. I'm going to show you how to find center of the room and then go from there. Okay, first thing you do is find center of your room. Tape 1 all the way over to the end. And in this particular case comes to 15 foot 9 inches. Half of that is just below 8 foot, which is 7 foot 10.5 inches. Oh shit. Second measurement, same wall, going this way. Turns out to be a 1/4 inch different. So your measurement in here is 7, 10 and a quarter. 7, 10 and a quarter. And that's that measurement. Okay, once you get your marks, set your chalk line all the way down the room, snap your line. That'll give you the center in one direction. And you can do the same thing in the opposite direction. Next measurement goes the other way. We're looking for dead center of the room. This comes out to 15 foot 5. So that gives us 7 foot 8 and a half. 7 foot 8 and a half. So you hit the 7 foot 8 and a half mark. Just about at the seam. Just mark that. Do it down the other end. Okay, mark your next parallel. We already did here. Now we're going to do over here. See what this comes out to? So about a 1 inch difference. So we end up at 15.4, which is 7, 8. So come down to 7 foot 8. And mark that as well. Okay. Next is the snap. This is our first line here. Alright, on your mark, snap it. Pull your chalk. And there's your center of the room. That's where your first tile can go. And it can go 2 different ways. You can put 1, 2, 3, 4, or square one out in the middle. Either way, the idea is to get an equal tile on this end as you have on this end, and an equal tile this way for a cut as you do this way. Okay, once we have our center established, we're going to do another thing. I like to do it this way. What I do is find dead center of each tile, and I'll put a notch out on it. Dead center of all 4. And then what I do is once I establish and start putting glue down, I'll line up each tile, first tile, so all points sit directly on my chalk line. There you can see each one sits directly on the chalk line. And what that does is that gives you an equal portion of tile on your last cut on left and right as it does front and back. Alright, first thing about putting down the glue. On duraceramic, it's a special glue provided by the manufacturer. They also give you what's called a micro trail notch. And that attaches to any basic glue trail. Then after you install, you get your smear down on it. We're going to start on the right hand corner of this room. Once it's down and cleaned up, put a fan on it. Let the fan cure the glue. You'll see it change color and it'll become transparent. So you got about 15 minutes before you can actually do anything with it. And then once the tile touches it, you won't be able to move the tile. You can work right off of it. The other part is there's 2 directional tile indicators on here by the arrow. You want them all going the same way. And if you notice the glaze finish on the back of that, that's an adhesive that's already assembled and installed at the back of the tile. Okay, first tile is in place. See the marks are right on the line. So the biggest thing here is that you can work off the product because you can't move the product. Once this glue gets to the point where it's almost transparent, then it's ready to install. Okay, so we started the tile installation. This particular owner opted for no grout lines. They wanted a butt flush tile Now they do make a sealer, which we'll go over later, for each joint that will be squeezed into it to keep the dirt and moisture from getting below it. If you decided to have a grout line, you can do anywhere from an 1/8 inch, 1/4 inch to 3/8 of an inch, and they make a special adhesive glue which actually simulates the grout. Okay, so we're going to continue on. You can traffic and walk on this as soon as it's installed, but again, the glue has to be somewhat transparent and high-tech. I'm going to show you how to cut end pieces. The direction of the arrow is already facing in that direction. Slide your piece up and in. Again, this is going to be your butt end. This area here will be against the wall. This will give you an exact pattern. You mark it on the side. Okay, if you drag your pencil on the side down below it and then pull it up, that'll give you your mark and still give you enough to give you a little bit of the seal seam all the way around the perimeter. Alright, once you get your marks transferred to the top of the tile, just score cut with a straight edge. That's all you need to do. Then raise your panel. Gently push downward until you get a clean snap. Take your piece, cut into the wall, and install it straight in. Alright, push straight down. Okay, once the tile is in, on a butt-up application, there is a sealer that is applied. You can see the white. You follow it over to where it dries. It dries completely clear. And what that'll do is that'll keep the dirt and moisture from getting down in there off of your feet, coming out of the pool, whatever the case may be. In the very edge, we're going to use a high-grade tile sealant to seal this crack area in here to make it look real nice. Minor cuts, you take your time, you'll be able to get them in. You just have to use your head a little bit. Experience helps, not always required. Okay, this is the finished floor. Duraceramic 16 by 16 tile in a 16 by 16 room. And on the perimeter, we took a matching grade sealant which matches the surround panels of the patio enclosure, and sealed the line up against the framework. The white that you see is a sealant that seals, that'll turn clear, and that keeps dirt and moisture from getting below the tile. Thanks for watching.